Have you ever wondered why, even with all the wisdom you've gained, confidence can still sometimes feel just out of reach? It's not just in your head. There are sneaky habits that chip away at self-assurance without you even realizing it. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on 4 hidden dangers to your confidence. Dangers that are incredibly common for adults over 60. These aren't distant, impossible problems to fix. No, these are powerful, obtainable shifts that can rebuild your sense of pride, purpose, and energy over time. We'll walk through small but mighty actions that make a real difference. Ready to take back what's yours? Let's dive in. Let's start with something so common, it's almost invisible: negative self-talk. It's that quiet, constant inner voice whispering criticisms that you wouldn't dare say to anyone else. Lines like, "I'm too old for this," or "I could never learn something new," creep into daily thoughts without permission. And here's the ugly part of aging. The older we get, the more society tries to push these ideas on us, reinforcing feelings of irrelevance and fragility. Why is this harmful? Beyond crushing your spirit, persistent negative self-talk physically changes your brain's wiring, reinforcing anxiety, depression, and even memory loss over time. Real-life example. Take Margaret, 68, who loved painting but stopped calling herself an artist after retirement. Without that identity, her confidence in all areas of life started to shrink. The fix? Interrupt the pattern immediately. When you catch yourself in a negative loop, say out loud, if you can, one truth about yourself that counters it. Instead of "I'm too old for this," say, "I have a lifetime of experience that makes me perfect for this." It feels small at first, but over time, it rebuilds the structure of your mind to support strength instead of doubt. If you're still watching, comment "strong mind, strong life" to let me know you're committed to lifting yourself up. But it gets even deeper, because what you do with your body can either make or break your inner strength too. The second silent confidence destroyer is physical inactivity. And no, I'm not just talking about not hitting the gym. The ugly part here is the natural slowing down that comes with age. Stiff joints, weaker muscles, slower balance. It happens to everyone, but accepting it without a fight sends an even worse message to your brain, that you're powerless. Why is this harmful? Reduced movement doesn't just shrink your muscles, it shrinks your world. It makes every step outside your comfort zone feel riskier and more exhausting. Confidence thrives on capability, and capability needs to be maintained like any other valuable tool. Real-life example. John, 73, loved hiking in his 50s, but decided it was too much work after retirement. Slowly, even simple walks around the neighborhood became intimidating. His world, once so wide, narrowed to his living room. The fix? Start with just 10 minutes of movement a day. No fancy equipment, no marathon goals. A slow walk, some light stretching, standing on one foot while brushing your teeth to build balance. These tiny physical victories signal to your brain that you are still capable. And capability breeds unstoppable confidence. If you're still with me, comment "move to improve" so we can keep inspiring each other to stay strong. And if you think these first 2 habits are subtle, wait until you hear about one that hides in your social life without you even realizing it. The third hidden habit, draining your confidence, is isolation disguised as independence. Growing older often means adapting to changes. Kids move away, friends move or pass on, health issues creep in. And sometimes it feels easier to withdraw than to reach out. Here's the ugly truth. Isolation is a slow thief, stealing your energy, your joy, and ultimately your self-worth. Why is this harmful? Humans are wired for connection. Without it, studies show brain function declines, anxiety skyrockets, and self-esteem plummets. Isolation tricks you into believing you are forgotten or irrelevant, even when it isn't true. Real-life example, Sandra, 70, was once the life of every party. But after her husband passed, she gradually stopped attending events. She convinced herself she didn't want to bother anyone. In reality, each missed invitation dug a deeper hole, until loneliness became her new normal. The fix? Make one social commitment a week. It doesn't have to be big: a coffee date, a phone call, even a short online class with strangers. every connection is a brick in the foundation of a stronger, more confident you. If you're still tuned in, comment connected and strong, because your voice and presence matter, now more than ever. And while the slow slip into isolation is dangerous, the next hidden habit is even sneakier, because it comes dressed up as taking care of yourself. Finally, the fourth habit crushing your confidence is the constant focus on appearance-based self-worth. Yes, aging brings visible changes. Wrinkles, thinning hair, changes in body shape. These are just facts. But when you allow your reflection to define your value, confidence takes a brutal hit. The ugly side of aging? Our culture's obsession with youth makes every gray hair feel like a failure instead of a badge of honor. Why is this harmful? Not only does appearance-based self-criticism increase anxiety and depression, but it also causes a vicious cycle where you constantly measure yourself against impossible standards. Real-life example, Gloria, 67, once took joy in fashion, but after noticing too many wrinkles, she stopped dressing up altogether, feeling invisible and unworthy in social settings. The fix? Shift your focus to strength, health, and authenticity. Wear outfits that make you feel comfortable and vibrant. Smile, stand tall, speak kindly about yourself, especially when looking in the mirror. Remember, confidence isn't born from looking young. It's born from feeling alive. If you're still with me, comment beauty from strength, because every line on your face tells a story of resilience that deserves to be celebrated. And if you thought these habits were powerful, stick around. Because the biggest shift isn't just in the actions you take, it's in the mindset you build day by day. Now that you know these 4 powerful mistakes that could be quietly eroding your confidence, which one will you work on first? Negative self-talk? Physical inactivity? Isolation? Or appearance-based self-worth? Remember, none of these habits define you. They're just bumps on the road that you are more than strong enough to move beyond. If you found this video helpful, comment below and let us know what resonated with you most. We love hearing your stories. And don't forget to subscribe to Aging Gracefully 60. We're here to help you age stronger, one empowering tip at a time.